All right, everyone, welcome in. Let's go ahead and get this post-game press conference started. Carol Walton, let's start with you.
Christian, I mean, I think this might be as big a heartbreak as you guys have had this year. How do you even, what do you say to your guys? How do you handle it?
But it's very simple from my point of view. There are two sides, and that I feel inside myself, and I guess that most of the players, hopefully everybody will feel the same, which is on one side, very, very disappointed about the outcome of the game, but on the other side, unbelievably proud for a team that come to Nashville and dominates the game like we did. I think it's not easy. They are a very, very strong team, contenders. They went to the final of the League's Cup, and I thought they were the better team. They lost the penalties. They just came from a draw in Miami. They are one of the genuine contenders for me for the season, but I think we were the better team tonight. And to come away with the point that most teams will relish, I think it feels like a defeat because we deserved to win, and it's not just me saying it, is actually the other coach, Gary, saying the same. And in this game, I think, unfortunately, against them twice, we lost a penalty in the last minute. And so, yeah, it's a bitter outcome, but I don't want to lose sight of the pride that I feel when I look how our boys played.
Is it ironic to have it come down to a defensive mistake when your defense had been so strong all game long?
I think I agree with them. I think that they play really well. Also, when we were building the play, they were magnificent in that. And they kept one of the strongest, lineup of strikers with very little chances. Sometimes it happens in counter-attack, you can concede, but I think that we should have played better in the last third with our strikers, especially in the first half. I think we had enough chances and we didn't convert, unfortunately. And this is an area where we need to work, because when we have the amount of ball, especially in the opposition half, I think we should create more, because the opposition, when they have the chance, they are very ruthless at times, and we should be the same, given the amount of possession that we have, and also in key position. But I think the players do the best, and I just need to applaud them for the effort that they bring to the club.
Okay, thank you, Carol. Are you done? Okay, let's go to Steve Goldberg.
Hey, Christian, you guys did everything but win the game tonight. That was going to be kind of the statement when it was still 0-0. Then Arfield hits a great goal, but that was just one of the only two shots on target tonight. Like you said, you created lots of chances or opportunities, but getting that final chance in there, what do you attribute that? Just the way the game played out to Nashville's good defense?
No, the way the game played out, because we want to play this kind of game. So it's not that I can blame the way we want to play in the opposition half. We want to play around the box. Then after, when we do enough training, and the players have to show the quality that they have when they are in those moments. As simple as that. Then we give them an organization with the ball and without the ball, and set easy transition. So then it's up to the players to execute and to transform those opportunities into chances and into goals. As simple as that. It's on to the strikers, it's on to the attacking players.
Yeah, that's why we play the games with that. Expected goals, no one wins on expected goals. With that, with the defense, I mean, the substitutions you made about 6-7 minutes into the second half, the commentators were speculating that those are things that you might have done at halftime, but you waited to just kind of not tip your hand to Gary with what you were doing there. Were those substitutions? They were earlier than you usually went. I'm just wondering, why, what the situation was.
Because I saw certain things. We had the discussion at halftime with I needed to see more quality from the attacking players. Maybe there was an amount of, my fear today was that we would have been tired a little bit. So I believe that there was an element of that, but the boys, honestly, I think that they played second half better than the first. So I needed to have fresh legs, fresh mind, fresh focus. And if I don't see that, then I have to make changes. I told them, and then, we started the second half also with losing a couple of balls, trying a couple of things that didn't come off. And maybe, they were a little bit tired and I wanted to put fresh legs, fresh minds. And listen, the players that we have, everybody's important. I tell them many times. And so I don't say just things just to say. I say because I'm in them, and the one that they came, they contributed as they should do.
You're trying to get this team to a certain point and stuff. How close are they to that objective? With the philosophy and what you want to see?
I think that they are moving in the right direction. I don't want to put limits to the way. I don't want to put that we are 70%, 90%, because they're just numbers taken from thin air. So I think that we have a path that we want to move on. I'd said this from the beginning of the season. And it requires a bit of time, as I said. I think the boys are moving in the right direction. It's 2 games that we play against strong teams. Orlando again won tonight. That we deserve to win. We give away goals in the very last minutes. And, I'm very proud again of the way the boys played. And I think, again, we are moving in the right direction. And I don't want to put any limitation. The way, the desire, the quality, the intensity, and the passion that we put into the training will determine how much further we can go.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Sam Spencer.
Coach, in the second half, I think I saw one of the best versions of your system that the team has played all year. I saw lots of movement, players creating chances wherever they were, lots of triangles, lots of opportunities for passes. Can you talk about the progression there and how they've really grown into the system?
Yeah. Listen, I don't think that there is nobody has got the magic wand. That it's just the work on a daily basis, and then eventually, certain things click. The messages that we keep repeating, the messages to put them in certain position and occupy certain spaces, and then after, as long as we occupy certain spaces, it doesn't matter who plays where, as long as we are in position where we can play, we can counter press, we can create chances, and we can, minimize the transition. So I agree with you. The second half for me was magnificent, and really surprised me, not so much because the boys play that way. I think they are capable of that, and they show glimpses, and even more than glimpses, against LAFC, against Necaxa, against Houston, against Orlando. But because I honestly thought that 3 games in 7 days would have been a lot, and I was expecting physiologically to be a little bit more tired, but instead they play with so much maturity that I was honestly enjoying the game on the bench. Apart from that, because we didn't take the chance, usually football, as a way of tell you that you have to be ruthless, because otherwise you can pay a big price for that.
And finally, we won't see you for a little bit. What are your plans for the team?
You guys, I think it's not a bad thing. This Luke Carroll is already laughing. she's right. I don't think it would be a big miss.
Yeah. What are your plans for the break?
Listen, I want to give a couple of days off to the boys because they need and deserve that to recover mentally and physically for sure. We will have Jere and Karol going to Finland and Poland for the qualifiers. But after that, we will come back. We work in the week. We will play again and have 11v11 between ourselves because we need to keep training. We need to keep working. We need to keep improving. And then whenever possible, I will look after them when I know that they need a break mentally and physically. But we need to, on one side, we need to recharge, but also we need to keep improving the way we work and keep improving our game model.
And finally, did you have any?
You said that's finally before already.
Yeah, I forgot the really good question, which was we haven't talked about what you said to the officials after that penalty call. Do you think that was a soft penalty on Burn, or was that the right call?
Maybe it's a soft penalty. I've seen it done, I've seen it not given, but I think we should manage that situation better. Because I think Enzo is putting a lot of pressure on Willis, and we know that he's going to kick long. We should be more prepared for that. I think it was a mistake, maybe, given the moment, emotional side. We were tired, but I think we have to deal with that better. Everybody of the back five, including the keeper, I think we should deal with that better.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for wrap there, everyone. Thank you. You can go through there, Chris. Okay. If you guys just, if you hold Pat here real quickly, I'll text Sam and them to jump back on, but I'll try to pull Scott Arfield here and get his thoughts.
Thank you, Will.
Of dollars.
Scotty must be here.
All right, everyone, let's jump in with Scott right here quickly for 7-8 minutes. Carol, let's start with you.
Scott, I mean, how big a heartbreak was that to go from your amazing goal?
My bad, Carol. Can you start that question?
Sorry.
Technically on my end. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I was just gonna say, I mean, how big a heartbreak was that to go from your goal in that moment to just losing the game like that on a PK?
Yeah, extremely disappointing. I think everybody watching the game, everybody here tonight, realised that we should have had 3 points. So ultimately the game's won and lost in big moments, and we've managed to concede a penalty in the last minute, which is disappointing, and we just need to suck it up and bounce back the best way we can.
I mean, when you look back, there's a thousand little things that if they'd gone your way, the game would have been different. I mean, does anything stand out to you, the one that hurt the most, or?
No, I don't think so. I think, you win and you tie or you lose as a team. So we're all guilty for letting that lead slip. Everybody was on the field at that specific time, but just ultimately very disappointed. I think everybody watching the game, it's certainly probably the best that we've played since I've been here as a consistent. From particularly in the second half, I thought we were brilliant. I thought we gave them so many problems. Just need to test the goalkeeper a little bit more at these pivotal moments, and I'm sure we'll be okay going forward.
Thank you.
Nick Finelli, and then we'll go to Steve to finish.
Scott, can you describe what you saw on that goal and like what you were thinking? Kind of give us a little play-by-play of what happened for you.
For my goal.
Yeah.
Yes, your goal. Your goal.
I just I think it was Jalen going at the right hand side, and I just thought that if I peel off a little bit behind Big Addy, he's either going to head it towards the goal, or if I can make a good angle, he can knock it down. And thankfully that's what he did. And after that, it's about getting a good touch and a good connection, and thankfully it went in the bottom corner. But you want the moments to be the big moments that win you games. But it was a sweet strike. But thanks to Big Addy for getting his head on that one.
feel did you feel as soon as it came off your foot that you were like, you hit it solid and like you knew it was going to have a good chance?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's one of the ones you ask any football player. As soon as you strike something so sweet, you know it's going to trouble the goalkeeper. And as soon as I hit it with pace, I looked at the goalkeeper and I thought he's not going to get down there so quick. So thankfully it went in the bottom corner. Yeah.
I guess was yours still, right? I think it was this one. Not sure.
Thanks, Scott.
Let's go with Steve Goldberg.
Hey, Scotty, another game winner. Right place, right time. But, the way the game was playing out, away to, a strong Nashville team. When the game was 0-0 and you thought it might end like that, that have been a satisfactory result?
Well, I think you obviously always want to win games. I think halftime it was pretty even. I thought we were sort of dominating play without really causing the goalkeeper any problems. But in the second half going forward, I think we've done enough to win that game. So, you probably say at halftime, a draw was a good result, but depending on how the game goes, I think we're bitterly disappointed not to take all three tonight.
And you haven't been with the team all that long, and then new players like Yera and such. Do you where do you feel you are as far as the chemistry and being, totally integrated with, where the team is and where you want to go?
Yeah, I think we're in a good form at the minute. I think going forward in the next 8 games is going to be obviously our aim is to make the playoffs. I think that's well within our grasp to do so. I think we're hitting form at the right minute in time. I think in the second half where you can see the phases of play, dominating play, winning second balls, which is so important in the game, and pressing Nashville right in. I think they only had that sort of counter attack where they put it forward to trouble Cali and goals, but apart from that, I thought we dominated it. So if we take cohesion and chemistry into the next 8 games, I'm sure we'll get everything that we want.
Great. Well, thanks. Nice strike. I knew it was going in right when you hit it. So yeah, that was sweet. Safe travels home, and
Thank you.
catch the music.
Top man. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, final one, Mikhail, then we'll wrap.
Hey Scott, how's it going?
All right, mate.
So you've played around 10 games for Charlotte FC so far, if I'm not mistaken. What are the biggest similarities between the MLS and the Scottish Premiership?
That's a good question. I think this league is very physical in terms of output. I think it's very transition. Predominantly when I was at Scotland, you dominated the ball. Obviously, being at Rangers was a domination team. Playing against teams you probably had domestically out with Celtic, you probably had 70% of the ball. So that was very enjoyable. Tonight was sort of similar to that, particularly in the second half, like I say, is when we were pressing up and getting the second ball. So that was very similar. But football's the same. Football's the same in every league in the world. You score more and you try and concede less. It's no rocket science to anybody. And if you do more of one and don't do more of the other, then it's successful. So as soon as you try and complicate things, you've got a problem.
Right. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks for hopping on, everyone.